Once upon a time, there was a man and his wife who lived happily together, but longed deeply for a child. Despite their hopes, their wish remained unfulfilled. One day, the wife began gazing out of their house window, which overlooked a magnificent garden belonging to a feared and powerful witch. The garden was filled with vibrant flowers and luscious plants, but no one dared to enter it. Among the many wonders of the garden, the wife became obsessed with the fresh green rampion leaves growing there. Her craving grew so strong that she fell ill, refusing to eat anything else. Concerned, her husband asked, "My dear, what is troubling you?" She replied, "If I cannot have some of those rampion leaves, I will surely die." Determined to save his wife, the husband climbed into the forbidden garden under the cover of night and picked some rampion. She ate it eagerly, but her craving only grew stronger. The following night, the man returned to the garden for more, but this time the witch caught him. "How dare you steal from my garden?" she demanded, her voice sharp with fury. "You will pay for this theft." The man pleaded for her mercy, explaining that the rampion was the only thing that could cure his wife. The witch considered this for a moment and then said, "Very well, you may take as much rampion as you need, but on one condition. When your wife gives birth, you must give me the child." Desperate and afraid, the man agreed. When the baby was born, the witch appeared, named her Rapunzel, and took her away. Rapunzel grew into a beautiful young woman with long golden hair that glimmered in the sunlight. When she turned 12, the witch locked her away in a tall, hidden tower deep in the forest. The tower had no doors or stairs, only a single window at the very top. Whenever the witch wanted to visit, she would stand below the window and call out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Rapunzel would lower her long golden braids, and the witch would climb up to the tower. Years went by, and Rapunzel lived alone in the tower, singing to pass the time. One day, a prince riding through the forest heard her sweet voice. Entranced, he followed the sound until he found the tower. Seeing no way in, he waited and watched. Before long, he saw the witch approach and call, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." The prince watched in amazement as the witch climbed the golden braid. That night, he decided to try his luck. Standing beneath the window, he called, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Believing it was the witch, Rapunzel lowered her braids. The prince climbed up, and, to their surprise, they were delighted to meet each other. The prince fell in love with Rapunzel and asked her to marry him. Overjoyed at meeting someone kind and gentle, Rapunzel agreed. Together, they planned their escape. The prince promised to bring her a piece of silk each time he visited, so she could weave a ladder. But one day, in her innocence, Rapunzel let the secret slip. "Why are you so heavy?" she asked the witch. "The prince climbs much more quickly." Furious, the witch cut off Rapunzel's golden hair and took her to a desolate desert, leaving her to live alone in sorrow. When the prince returned to the tower, the witch tied the cut braids to the window. As he climbed, she laughed mockingly. "Fool, Rapunzel is gone, and you will never see her again." Heartbroken, the prince leapt from the tower. He survived the fall, but the thorns below blinded him. For years, he wandered through the forest, lost and grieving, until one day he heard a voice singing a familiar song. It was Rapunzel. She had been living in the desert, raising the twins she had given birth to. Recognizing him, she ran to him and wept with joy. Her tears fell onto his eyes, and miraculously his sight was restored. The prince and Rapunzel returned to his kingdom, where they were welcomed with celebration. They lived happily ever after, never to be parted again.